Welcome, Vanguardians of the Galaxy. It is Heather Cox here. We're going to do a quick wrap-up of our presentation from Vanguard Virtual PD Day to give you a sense of what took place during that session. Okay, who is the Vanguard team? Well, the Vanguard team are made up of 391 educators, from classroom teachers to administrators, all across all the positions that we have available that are working directly with students. Our learning community breakdown is as follows: 93 NELC, 92 NWLC, 74 CLC, and a whopping 120 in the South Learning Community. Way to go, SLC. And we have 12 district members as well. But the one thing I want you to make sure you are very clear about is that we are excellent teachers first, tech gurus second. Please always remember that quality teaching and instructional practices come before everything that we are going to do as a Vanguard team. Why does the Vanguard team matter to Fulton County? Well, we are the forefront of innovation and technology. Just as the Skype for Business PD Day is taking place, we get to test, try, and explore before other people. And the progress that Fulton has made with personalized learning would not have taken place without the Vanguard team. Many of you are members of your school's personalized learning team. You've done a lot of work behind the scenes, and Fulton would not be where it is if Vanguard was not in place. We are invited to share our story across the county, across the country, at different conferences. So it's important that people know what it is we're doing. But what matters most to us is personalized learning, instructional coaching, and the technology integration matrix. Keep that essential question in mind. How can we, the Vanguard team, support others with personalized learning through the use of instructional coaching and the technology integration matrix? It's working all three of those things into one overarching question. But keep in mind there also, personalized learning and instructional coaching come first. They come before the technology piece of it. But if you are new to Vanguard, those three elements are going to be incredibly important to your understanding of what our work is. So with great power comes great responsibility. We all love a good Spider-Man quote. And so what is that power? Why do we have to have these expectations? Why does it matter what we do as a Vanguard team? Well, we have to keep in mind always that Vanguard is a big budget item. We are not an inexpensive group to maintain, but our work is valuable, meaningful, and necessary, and we have to make sure that we are actually working for all the things that we are afforded. So keep in mind, the Vanguard Virtual PD Day was ready for Snowpocalypse Take 2. This is an opportunity to learn virtually. We are testing out the effectiveness of Skype for Business. We know that there were hiccups during the actual presentation, hence the reason this recording is being made. But it is the future of PD potentially. It's the future of at-home learning, and we're hoping that next year for Vanguard Virtual PD Day, you will be doing it from the comfort of your own home. The tech integration matrix, the reason these observations are so important is that we use them to justify our impact in the schools. They are looked at by district level employees, so they may pull numbers. They may say, where were these schools starting? Where are these schools finishing? It is incredibly important because we have to have some quantifiable data that says this is what Vanguard is doing. This is how our work is having an impact in our classrooms. Your $500 stipend for purchases, these are things that you can get. You want to make an impact in your classroom. Other groups in Fulton do not get quite the freedom and flexibility. Please do not abuse the privilege, because if you abuse the privilege, we will lose the privilege. Make sure that you're following the guidelines. Please do not request things that are outside of the guidelines. We are not going to be able to make those things happen for you. So please keep in mind what you have when you are making these purchases. All right, if we don't do it right, we won't be able to do it at all. That's something to keep in mind with everything that we do with Vanguard. We know a lot of different things, but Vanguard is what you make of it. The more you give, attend, engage, and share, the greater the return on your investment. There are almost 400 people. We want to personally interact and experience and support each and every one of you, but there are not 400 Heather Coxes that are working. We know you're working hard. We have that in mind whenever we ask you to do things. We are very cognizant of that. We know that you have other responsibilities. You have lives outside of the school. You have commitments at your school. We are very well aware and appreciative of your time. We are flexible if we can be. We are supportive if we can be. And as long as you don't take advantage of those situations, we are very willing to work with people that need some flexibility in the completion of their Vanguard assignments. 391 coaches currently, with approximately just over 1,100 being coached, which is almost 13,000 students that are potentially affected. So keep in mind the impact that we are having in Fulton County. I always like some numbers that back up the things that we already know. The Vanguard Voice, we have asked you this year to really step up and share with us. If we don't know it's broken, we can't fix it. We've put this out there before. We really want to make sure that you are sharing with us so that we can make Vanguard the best that we possibly can. This Vanguard Voice form is completely anonymous. If you want to share your name, that's fine, that's optional, but it's anonymous. Please share constructive feedback, not simply complaints. So I want to stress the importance of the communication chain. This is definitely a slide that is very much something that is important to me because we have almost 400 team members, and like I mentioned before, I really want to be able to get to each one of you and support each one of you in a meaningful way. But there is only one of me, and I can frequently spend anywhere from 3 to 4 hours just responding to emails. So if you can keep the communication chain in mind, and what I mean by that is if there's a question that you might be able to get the answer from another Vanguard member at your school, the school lead, or the learning community lead potentially before you reach out to me, it would be appreciated so that I can make sure to give everybody the attention that I possibly can. But when I'm answering emails that have a lot of content that is found in the Van Weekly, or that I know you could find by asking a member at your school, it tends to interfere with the productiveness because, like I said, I do tend to spend many hours a day simply responding to emails. So this is what took place during the day. People were phenomenally patient and forgiving. It was a huge dress rehearsal for Skype for Business. I think the pieces of PD that you got out of it were productive and went well. We learned a lot about what to do with the technical difficulties. I appreciate that people were kind, and hopefully you shared your thoughts. If you are watching this now and you do still want to share thoughts, you can share them at bit.ly/vanvert16. Thank you and have a great rest of the day.